Dogs, Boruto episode 202. I had to put the ice back. I forgot I had this shit. I had to put the ice back on. Let me just say, before I get into my whole little list of things I got, I'm coming at y'all with the energy of I'm just your boy. I'm a fan of the show. I like the anime. We gonna talk about the anime. This is no hard body type critique type thing. I'm not the Mr. Professional dude. It's, just a different type of style to give y'all this shit. But to begin, coming into this episode, I watched it twice. I watched this episode twice. I watched it real early in the morning, got out of work, put this shit on, and before I even got the chance to watch the episode, I seen like a little bit of a spoiler. I was on TikTok and shit. Niggas was slandering the whole Jigen fight. It was basically a video saying, look, dog, this was the fight that y'all was supposed to tell us that was going to break the internet and all that. And it was the preview that we seen at the end of this episode. So when I seen that shit, I said, dog, what the fuck? Did we get finessed? I'm like, dog, I was down bad, right? But I seen some better news. I seen some good news. Let me hold on, adjust the ice. I seen some good news pretty much saying episode 204 to 206, I believe, is going to be on some 189 type of quality. So maybe just the initial versions of the fight is going to be a little bit of boof. But I'm hoping it's not on some Delta versus Naruto type shit, because the very first version of that fight, or the first part of that fight, was ass. Second part was like, okay, they tried to put a little bit more color on the shit, but it was still like, to me, I didn't really fuck with the fight. So hopefully they give us some fucking justice on that shit, because you gonna be talking about budget and then give us some boo-boo when it's like some main niggas fighting, and it's like basically the leader of the Leaf versus the leader of Kara. You gotta give us some budget on that shit, right? But all in all, I still enjoyed this episode enough. I will say my main points are gonna be talking about Boro. He had some interesting moments in this episode. I know we got some big reveals coming from Sasuke's end, but like I said, I'm a reader of the manga, so it's kind of hard to get too hype and try to give you different theories, because I pretty much know what's gonna happen. It's like imagine you already know what you're gonna get for Christmas, bro. You can't really act too hype for your moms, your dads, and you open up the present. You already peaked and shit. But anyway, Boro, I believe, and it's my hopes really, that Boro's character development still isn't completely finished. I'm starting to believe that so far what we've seen of Boro was really just to be a tool to bring in Jigen, a tool to hype up Jigen more at this point, because we've been introduced to his cult. He has a dope design. He's still like, every time I see him on screen, I'm pretty much impressed by the way he looks. His slight little actions and dialogue have been good, but it just seems as if at this moment I still don't feel like we've gotten to know Boro. He's just more so of a villain who I feel lacks a real philosophy. He's just a dude who's, just a worshiper. He's like a bodyguard type nigga. He got a cult following and shit, but we don't know why he came to this conclusion. We do not know why Boro worships the Otsutsuki this much. And I feel like that's going to come at a moment later on in time where maybe he fights Team 7 and then they get some backstory. Boruto talks to him back and forth. Niggas love to talk that shit. So maybe Boruto hits a little sweet spot in him and he breaks down and gives him the backstory or some shit. Maybe that's how the anime juices up his character a bit more. Because as of now, I just feel like he's been nothing more than a person to hype up Jigen. But I do like what they did in his collaboration with Sasuke, because we pretty much get the full story, or a different side of Jigen. We get some more information on Jigen coming from both ends. We get some information coming on some inside scoop type shit with Kara, and then we get our boy Sasuke going in and doing his little mission. And at the same time, we're getting a reveal of what Jigen is, who Jigen is, and I guess who the leader of the Kara organization was. I also reread the chapter, and I don't know why I didn't realize this, but they gave us a lot of fucking information in that chapter. For whatever reason, I kind of felt like my memory of the shit was some shit that happened later on. I thought it was something that happened later, but they pretty much gave y'all niggas the work. Like, everything was in this chapter. It was pretty much the same shit as the chapter. So I didn't really realize how early we got the whole true form Jigen type shit. I didn't, but I say Boro's usefulness because we have Sasuke infiltrating the village, right? Not the village, but the Kara organization, and he's unlocking all these things. He's touching shit. He's seeing Otsutsuki members. He's seeing this new form, this new god that we have yet to be seen in the anime yet. And later on, Jigen comes in, absorbs some chakra from the 10Tails, and becomes this new god for like a little second, right? On the other note, we have Boro preaching to his choir. You know, he got that motherfucker, he 30 deep. Well, he at least got 100 bodies in that fucking building. First of all, how he got that big ass mansion? He don't got no fucking furniture. Nigga ain't got no fucking furniture at all. He got a dope ass spot with no fucking couch, no sofas, no nothing. But he's pretty much telling his people, look, man, there's another god. And I've met this god. He's given me this body. So we kind of get confirmation on Jigen being a little bit more than just Jigen. And at the same time, as he's preaching, because like at this point I'm thinking like, dog, he doesn't really have any philosophy. Like he doesn't really, he's not really giving us anything more than just promises and infinite Tsukiyomi and look, we're gonna get this shit popping, dog, fuck this world. It's like he just has more so claims than reasons to believe. And that kind of made me think, well, okay, he has met a god. Maybe in his mind, he believes he is some sort of prophet because this god, these Otsutsuki members have come to Boro and gave him a new body and shit. And now he feels as if he could go and save the world and whatever the fuck. And his story was pretty interesting. Like his version of what happened, the whole Otsutsuki members, the whole clan and who they are to the earth and them being gods and trying to save us and put us in this better world. It makes sense if you are a type of person who views the world as being shitty. It would make sense that you worship these people. So there, like, I could kind of get that, but I just hope we're not getting, I hope it's not raps for Boro as character development. I hope we still get some backstory. I think he's interesting enough to get a little bit more deeper with him. But as far as that goes, that we got what we got out of Boro. Let's see what else. I think my favorite part of no, one more thing Boro did is like he dug into that crashed airship, which is kind of surprising that it's even there still. Like you would think the Leaf organization or the Leaf would just break that shit down, take it back to the lab, take it to their police office and analyze the shit, not just leave it in the fucking out in the open and shit. The shit been sitting there for like what, 2 months at this point or some shit. But Boro pretty much returns, breaks out the fucking engine or whatever the shit, and finds something that's connected to Kashin Koji. I do not know how he would know it's connected to Kashin Koji. I don't know if it has like his initials on it or some shit, but I'm interested in that because they've been going through pretty much every single Kara member. I don't know if Kashin Koji got tested, but I'm not too sure. I'm a little bit surprised because it seemed as if they were kind of gearing up to make it seem as if Boro was the traitor. They were trying to make it seem like that because he hasn't came in for his test, and he finally did come in. But he was like doing like there was like a few little suspicious things about him that it kind of made for him to like he has a fucking cult, bro. Like what the fuck you like? I don't know, dog. Either way, that's all I really got for this episode. I did like that little ending scene where we get the full type of development coming from Boro. I mean, not Boro, but Boruto, saying he is the student of Sasuke. He is the Hokage's son. Something he's starting to say proudly now. I'm the Hokage's son. Before it was like some fucking chip on his shoulder. And he is a shinobi. Finally, he is a shinobi. And I think it hit harder in the anime than it did in the manga. In the manga, it's kind of like, okay, cool. But in the anime, we've seen him develop. We've seen those beliefs start to grow onto Boruto. But that's all I got for y'all. It's a cool little 8-minute video. That's cool. Peace. See y'all niggas next week. Hopefully they give us some gas. Hopefully I'm my fingers are crossed. I want some 189 quality. I want Jigen to crush the hearts of these OG fans. I want this nigga to feel. I need Jigen to be a success. I'm spitting on you niggas. Cause the thing is, if you look at the manga, go read chapter 34, 35 and look at Jigen, dog. Jigen is a magnificent looking motherfucker. And the way he pull up on niggas barefoot and shit, like, I don't want to be let down by the animation, dog. Like, come on, pimp. I got my nigga. I'm be trying to put my niggas on and shit. Boruto, don't embarrass me, dog. Don't fucking embarrass me, pimp. But that's all I got for y'all. Peace. See y'all niggas next week. Hopefully this was fluent enough. Hopefully I got my points off well enough. But take care. Thank y'all. Happy Sunday.